Hey there, and welcome. Today we're diving into something super fascinating, the world of unspoken communication. We're going to break down some seriously powerful psychology tricks that'll help you understand what's really going on in someone's head, even when they're not saying a word.
Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a conversation and just wished for a second you could read the other person's mind? Imagine knowing what they really feel or what their true intentions are. Well, this isn't about magic wands or crystal balls, but it might just be the next best thing. These are real, learnable skills, all based on psychology.
And you are definitely going to want to stick around for this one, because the very last trick we're going to talk about, well, it's the one that pulls everything together. And honestly, it's the most powerful one of them all.
All right, let's jump right in. We're going to start with the big picture stuff, signals from the body. These are often the easiest clues to spot, but they can tell you an incredible amount about what's going on inside someone's head.
Most of us are trained to look at someone's face for clues, right? But here's a little secret. A person's feet are often the most honest part of their body. Seriously. If their feet are pointed at you, they're in the conversation. If they're pointing toward the door, their brain is already looking for the exit. Now, crossed arms can mean they're feeling defensive. But hey, you gotta check the context. Maybe they're just cold, And leaning is super simple. Leaning in is good, means they're interested. Leaning away, not so much.
Ever been talking to someone and you notice they subtly copy your posture? Maybe you lean on one elbow and a second later they do too? That right there is called mirroring, and it's this deep, subconscious thing that happens when someone feels a real connection with you. It's a fantastic sign that you're both totally in sync. It's amazing what even a simple handshake can tell you. A good, firm handshake usually signals confidence and openness. A limp, kind of dead fish handshake, it can suggest they're insecure or just not that interested. And that bone crusher, yeah, you might want to watch out for that one. Sometimes that's a power play, an attempt to assert dominance from the get-go.
Okay, so we've looked at the whole body. Now let's zoom in a bit, right to the face. It's the most expressive part of us, for sure. But this is also where things get tricky, because we're really good at using our faces to lie or hide how we feel. So spotting the real tells here is absolutely crucial.
So here's the thing about smiles. They are not all the same, not even close. The secret is to look at their eyes. A real, genuine smile, what's called a dishonesty smile, travels all the way up the face and makes those little crinkles by the eyes, the crow's feet. A fake, polite smile, that's just the mouth doing all the work. And trust me, once you see the difference, you can't unsee it.
So, what are the good signs? How can you tell if someone is genuinely locked in on what you're saying? Well, look for a head tilt. That's a classic sign of curiosity. There's also the eyebrow flash, that quick little up and down movement. It's a universal sign of recognition or, hey, good to see you. And if you notice their pupils get bigger or they hold your gaze just a little longer than usual, that is a massive sign they are deeply, deeply engaged.
But what about the other side of the coin? Stress. Our bodies are terrible at keeping that secret. When we're nervous or uncomfortable, we tend to touch our faces, covering our mouth, rubbing our nose. Fidgeting with a pen or a piece of jewelry is another classic giveaway. It's just nervous energy trying to escape. And a downward glance can mean a lot of things: shyness, guilt, or that they're feeling a bit submissive in that moment.
Okay, look at this number, 15 to 20. What do you think that is? Well, it's actually the average number of times a person blinks every minute when they're relaxed. That's our baseline. And knowing that baseline is the whole key.
Because the number itself isn't the magic trick. The real clue is when that number suddenly changes. When a person is put under pressure or asked a difficult question, their blink rate can go through the roof. It's a totally involuntary stress response. You just can't fake it, so watch for that flutter.
All right, so far we've been all about the visual stuff, what we can see. But there are just as many clues hidden in what we can hear. Let's talk about the voice, because believe me, how somebody says something is often way more important than what they're actually saying.
Next time you're in a conversation, try this. Stop listening to just the words and start listening to the music of their speech. Are they talking really fast all of a sudden? Could be excitement or anxiety. Are they slowing way down? Maybe they're calm, or maybe they're hesitating to invent a lie. And that long pause before they answer a simple question? Oh yeah, that is a huge red flag. It means their brain is working overtime.
Hey, remember how we talked about mirroring with body language? Well, it happens with our voices too. It's called vocal mirroring. When someone starts to subconsciously match your speed, your pitch, your rhythm, it's just another one of those powerful signs that they feel connected to you and they're building rapport.
Okay, we've covered a ton of ground here, right? From feet to faces to the sound of someone's voice, but now we've reached the final trick, the big one. This is the master key that brings everything else we've talked about together.
And you know what it is? It's simple. Trust your gut. Seriously. Your subconscious brain is like a supercomputer that's constantly running in the background. It picks up on all these tiny signals, the microexpressions, the shift in tone, the weird posture, even when your conscious mind doesn't notice. That gut feeling you get that something just feels off, that's your brain screaming at you that the data doesn't add up. You have to learn to listen to it.
Now, before we finish up, there's something really important we have to talk about. The why behind all of this. Because the point here is not to get one over on people or to learn how to manipulate them.
The real goal here is empathy. It's about boosting your emotional intelligence so you can build deeper, more authentic connections with people. You can be a better friend, a better partner, a better colleague, just by learning to pay a little closer attention to the unspoken language all around us.
So I'll leave you with this question. Out of everything we talked about, which trick surprised you the most? The feet? The blinking? Think about it and start watching for it. Thanks so much for diving into this with me.